Okay, welcome to Saptarishis Astrology. Today we are here to present the views of our students on technique which were shared in the Badha webinar, which was organized by Saptarishis and Sir took the classes. So in our queue, the first person to present his homework is Nitesh ji, and he will be telling you the concept which are taught to him when he implemented, what all results come, etc., etc. He will be giving the example charts.
Okay, thank you so much, Shivangji, and thank you, Sunil sir, for giving me this opportunity that I can present whatever I have prepared. So first, let me share the screen. And give me a second. Let me know when you can see the screen. Yeah, okay, can you all see my screen?
Not yet, not yet.
It is loading.
Yeah,
Okay,
now we can.
okay,
Make
thank you,
it
Pranji.
full screen.
I'll do that. Just a second. Hope you can see the screen now. Is it visible now?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you, Ivangji. So first of all, thank you to Sunil sir and the complete Saptarishis team who allowed me to present my research work and the homework which I have done on the Badha. The assignment which was given by Sunil ji couple of weeks back to make a clubbing of all the things whatever we have studied in Badha. And I would let you know first the content which I have used in each section, in each case study. I will present you 5 case studies, 4 on the Badha and 1 on the D60 chart, the D60 birth time rectification and how it works. So I have taken very close hearted cases from my known, so that it will be easy for me to answer this question if you have any. See, what we will uh, see in our charts is the case study will have the Badhak from the Lagna and the Moon Lagna and Arun Lagna. Few will have Lagna and Moon Lagna, few may have Arun Lagna, depends upon the case. Then the transit on Badhakesh, wherever Badhakesh goes and sit, and whatever is the transit, I have used the representation of J Hora, which shows us outer chart of transit and inner chart of natal, so which I have used over there. Then the Dasha on the Badhakesh, maturity ages and BCP ages, which I have also taken into consideration. Then using the BTR rule of D60, I have given one example. So this is something. Uh, Let me start with the first case. The first case is of the native who lost his mother in the year 2024. The date is given. For each of my case, the date is particularly given, and I have represented all the transit and the inner natal chart along with the shahs and BC pages and all. So let me see the first one. This is the Leo Lagna chart, and for Leo Lagna we all know that ninth house is Badhak. That means Aries is Badhak. Okay, so Aries is Badhak means the Mars is a Badhakesh. Running age, as we know that we take multiples of 12, which is coming 12, 24, 36 and 48. Always it's a 12th house. And because it's 2024, he was born in 1980, so it is 45th age, which is 9th house. And 9th house got activated, second point. And the lord of the 9th house, Baldakesh, in transit, it is placed in the 6th house. While you can see that in natal, the Baldakesh is always there sitting on his head. That is the natal chart, along with the 8th Lord Jupiter and along also with the Rahu. And the guy is also having the moon Scorpio in the 4th house, where the moon is anyway debilitated. Now looking at the 4th point, transit Rahu aspects 4th house of mother. Uh, just a second. If you I think aspects fourth house of mother. I think this point has some issues. It is not a fourth house. It is actually fifth house of mother, where the Rahu and the Moon and Mercury sitting together. I'll make correction over there. Then you can see the transit Jupiter, eighth lord of death, is in ninth house, which is the Badhak house, which you can see over here that it is there as a co-Badhakam. The transit Jupiter is, which is the eighth lord of natal, is sitting in the ninth house. Transit Mercury and transit Moon with transit Rahu is in the eighth house. The day of the demise of the mother, it shows that whatever happened with the natal, the eighth house got the clubbing of three different planets, Moon and Rahu and Mercury, where we will also see that Mercury is the eighth lord from his Moon Lagna. Mercury is already the eighth lord for the mother as well for the fourth house. And the next point is Vimshattari Dasha. If you will look at it, for this chart, the Venus Mahadasha and Antarsha is running, and the Mercury, the eighth lord from fourth, uh, is the Dasha which is running. While you will see the Lagna chart, you will say that it's 11th lord Dasha running. But from the Moon Lagna, we need to consider that Mercury is not good for this candidate. So if you combine all these points which I have listed 1 to 7, so this tells you that the particular day of that event and the particular moment which happened according to the Dasha and the BCP age and according to the natural ages. So this all the transit planets wherever they are sitting. So you will find that it was the problem with the mother and the death of the mother, thus illustrated above this chart. Let me go to second one. This is very interesting. This is one of my close relative, and I got this chart. Just a second. Yeah. So this happened something like the day baby was to be delivered, the same day the spouse expired. Spouse faced death, and this was this complete shock for the complete family. This is one of my distant cousin. So if you can see here, Sagittarius, just a second, Sagittarius is the Lagna, and the seventh house is Badhak, as we all know that for LE dual Lagna. Seventh is the Badhak, Mercury is the Badhak, which is sitting with eighth Lord Moon in 11th house. Okay, in the 11th house. 11th house is also the fifth house of spouse. Okay, and running age of 32 falls in the 8th house. 7th Lord Mercury Badhak sitting in the 11th house with the moon 8th Lord in Libra. Libra represents gynec problems and related to gynec. And Saturn spouses 8th house. If you will see from this Gemini, the Saturn is the 8th Lord, which is also sitting in the 11th house. So clubbing of four different planets along with the Badhak planet is there in the 11th house. Jupiter transiting in the 8th house, and it's Uch Jupiter. See, Jupiter here is not very good because it's going into the 8th house. And house, 11th house is Badhakesh Mercury, 11th is the child of the spouse. Where you can see Saturn, Mercury, Sun, and Moon is there. Transit Rahu transits on natal Venus. You can see that this 10th house. Venus is already debilitated. That's why this person lost his wife. And even if the second marriage is going on, it's not very good. Fifth point is Dasha was the Saturn Jupiter. Jupiter is with Ketu in the natal chart, the 12th house. You can see that. So Lagna Lord goes in 12th house and the Jupiter joins Ketu over there. As a person even talks less, very much less, not expressive. Then you will see the maturity age of Badhak Lord Mercury is also 32. We know from the class where Sir told all the necessary ages. And dispositor of the Jupiter, which is Moon, is with Mercury, the family lord. The complete family into the shop, and you will see the transit Mercury also went to second house that time. It was shock of the complete family. It was birth of the new kid. Birth of the new kid happened properly, but the wife didn't stay, and she passed away. Just a second, yeah. This is the third chart. again of a known person. Heavy rains on the marriage day, and the date I have given over there, that the person is Gemini ascendant. And for Gemini ascendant, you know that seventh house is the Badha, and we know that something related to seventh house has to occur because it's a Badha. And we all know that dual lagnas have seventh house as Badha. Running age is of 25, the first house. Badhak is Jupiter with eighth lord Saturn. Just a second. Badhak with lord Saturn and Mercury in the fourth house. You can see that, right? That transit Jupiter with the Saturn and Mercury in the fourth house. Transit Ketu in Libra is the signification when transit Ketu is coming in your Libra sign. Whenever we see marriage, we also see seventh house. We also see Libra. So you can see the Ketu is in transit. Ketu is in fifth house along with the Moon and Mars. Now from the Moon Lagna, which is the fifth house over here, you can see that Sun Badhakesh, because it is Libra Lagna. Sun Badhakesh is in 11th house. Spoil the function arrangement. Venus 8th lord with Rahu, marriage Karaka with unexpected clouds, which is represented by Rahu over here. That's what I have explained in the point 5. Point 6. From 7th house, Arud Lagna. Arud Lagna, if you can see in the 7th house, AL is written. Mandi Gulika and transit Saturn in 7th. The first house means this one. For Sagittarius, which becomes Arud Lagna, 7th is this one, Gemini. So this is also there. Why Venus and Rahu is in the 8th house from Arul Lagna. You can see over here in the marriage, and again it's rains. I hope this one is also clear. This is a chart. Again, unknown person. Just see. So this chart is father got hyper aggressive in own daughter's marriage, and the date of marriage is written over there. Where the reason was very simple. The reason of aggression was time was father was very strict with respect to time, and the reason of the aggression and the fight was why daughter went to beauty parlor. So I'll explain this chart. This is a beautiful chart for this particular case. For Aquarius, we know that ninth house is Badhak, Venus is Badhakesh, and the running age was of second house when the marriage happened. So Badhakesh is anyway sitting in the second house, where Badhakesh you see it's a Pisces, it's Uch Badhakesh. And Badhakesh house we have a Ketu over there. Again Ketu 7 means Ketu Libra, again spoils the marriage. It's in Badhak house. Now Badhakesh Venus is in second house with seventh lord of Sun. Again seventh lord is marriage. Ketu sitting in the Badhak house, which I told you. 25, 26 is the age of Venus as maturity age, we know that. Transit Mercury and Rahu in 11th house of the function hall and third house of father's expression in Sagittarius. You can see that Mercury Rahu transiting in 11th house, which is the third house of father. And the third house of natal also Mercury Rahu is over there. Fight reason was why daughter went to beauty parlor, which is represented by Venus, the Badhak, and got late. Saturn retro and transit Venus in 10th. Speech of father aspected by Mars, third house of occasion. You can see the Mars aspects the Saturn and Venus, which is the second house of father. This Saturn Venus is in Scorpio. So you can understand this, that father is reactive. You don't know that when it happens. Mars aspecting over there, Saturn and Venus. Fifth point, transit Jupiter. It's in with seventh lord. Somehow marriage happened later easily because transit Jupiter was along with the Venus in the second house. You can say that. So later on, marriage happened, but it was totally under pressure, which you can see with the Moon and Saturn coming in transit as a transit of the day. I always tried to find the day reason by Moon. So here, the Moon and Saturn, you can see that the day of marriage, if in any case, when you see that this is coming in the 8th house, suppose at particular time for dinner, then the dinner may be having a problem. If it comes at the time of Bharat, then can have a problem. Some stress can happen. The moon Saturn, this complete day moon Saturn will be there, right? Sixth is the transit moon Saturn in eighth Virgo, dispositor in 11th. Stresses due to relatives and everyone. Everyone was stressed due to this aggression. From the natal moon, which is this one, moon Ketu again, Jupiter Badha is in the eighth house, this one, and expecting second house, age of 26, this one. Ninth Lord Rahu with Mars in Aries 11th, aggressive father, which I told you. So I hope these four cases are clear. So marriage was done. The result was the marriage was done, but in emotional stress. Moon Saturn 8th. That's the reason. This is one example of BTR, the part time correction. For this particular Lagna, earlier it was coming as this Scorpio as the Lagna, but I changed it by 2 minutes or so, and then using the day 60 technique of Sir corrected moon Lagna, because Sir told that whatever is the Lagna, the Lord of that must come in the first house of day 60. So I made it a moon Libra and changed the chart a bit, and the all the things matched. Badak's sun, because it's 11th Lord, in 10th, problems from bosses he has, father speech arrogant, Venus, Saturn, Ketu conjunct, marital life, and then career mood swing seen. Then again, the Mars, Mercury, Aries 7th, I know the marital life of spouse, the spouse attributes and the speech matches over there. Elder sister, marital life issues, you see it by your 11th house. So 11th Lord in 10th, here you can see, just a second, 11th Lord in 10th, that is the Sun in 10th, and you can see the 12th house of elder sister. Here you can see that Rahu in 4th, expected by Saturn. Mother has a dramatic issues, and mother is also having a lot of health issues, so these things are there with the person. Venus, 9th Lord, with Badhakesh Sun, that is this Cancer, you can see in D60, with Ketu, lots of drama in father's speech, father's issue with spouse, father is addicted. So Rahu expecting this 10th house and Saturn sitting over there in second house of father, this gives you the addiction. So this is something I tried from my side, and thanks to all of you who patiently listened to this, and thanks to the complete Saptarishis team. Thank you so much. Yovan, it's
Excellent,
yours.
Nitish ji. Very nice, very nice.
Thank you.
Everybody, Nitish ji has presented for the first time, and I want everybody to applause for him because this was great presentation. And I hope everybody was clear because he was quite clear and he clarified everything. थोड़ा
Thank
बहुत
you so
error था,
much.
but then that is okay because it's first present. It is very tough. First presentations are always tough. So very nice, Nitish ji. And you made it.
Thank
They
you
made
so
the
much.
presentation also very well.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
You're welcome. So next we have Somnath ji. Somnath ji, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Yeah. So let's welcome Somnath ji. He will be presenting the second presentation.
Thank you, Poonam, ma'am.
Thank
Ma'am,
you.
I'm going to share my screen now.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So before I start, I would like to thank Saptarishi team for giving me this opportunity, and most importantly, to my teacher and guru, Sunil John sir, for teaching me something new every single day. With this, let me bring my topic. So today, we are going to see the Badha principle in action in Prashna as taught to us by Sunil sir. So first of all, let us look at the technique, the steps which are involved. So in the first step, just a minute. Yeah. So in the very first step, we are going to look at the Badhak house in the chart. We are going to look at its lord, that is the Badakesh, and the planets associated, that is the Badakam, from both the ascendant Lagna and the moon Lagna. In the next step, we are going to see what houses these planets own, and if they are conjunct with any other planet, and what kind of aspectal relationship they are with those planets. Finally, when we bring all of this together, it will show us the event in the chart. So I'm just going to go through these steps once again so that everybody is clear. So first, when we construct our Prashna, we are going to check the Badak house. We are going to check the Badakesh, its lord, and the Badakam from both the ascendant and the moon lagna. Second step we are going to say is which houses this planets own and if they are conjunct with any other planet. Also, last but not the least, what aspectal relationship they are with the other planets. And finally, when we bring all of this together, we can see the event happening in the chart. So this is my first example. In this particular chart, we can see that for Scorpio Lagna, the ninth house is our Badak house. I'm just going to stop sharing 1 second. Some technical issues happening.
Shobhaji, if you can just stop painting the screen. I think I have, yeah, I've sent her the message.
All right, so we are back. So for this Scorpio Lagna, our ninth house is our Badak house. We can see the Lord Moon is sitting in the 12th house. So it is directly aspecting the sixth house of servants. We can also see Sun as the 10th Lord and Mars as the sixth Lord sitting in the third house of maids or servants again. And we all know that sixth house, wherever it is involved, it can show us illness or sickness as well. From the moon Lagna, Sun becomes a Badakesh and it goes to the fourth house with Mars, and Mars here becomes the second lord, that is the family. Ketu from the 11th house is again aspecting the third house of maids. So, one thing we can consistently see that somehow maids are involved. The family received the news that the maid was ill and would not come the next day while they were sitting together talking to the mother. So that's the fourth house involvement as well. And this maid was specifically hired for the mother who is not keeping well. So this was like a major news to them at that moment because she was new and they were really dependent on her. Let us go to the next example. All right. So for this Sagittarius Lagna, we can see that Adakesh Mercury is sitting in the third house with Rahu and Venus. Venus is the sixth lord, and we can see that, and yeah, Rahu is the Karaka for poison as well, as Sir has told us. We can see that Badhakam Jupiter is aspecting the moon, and moon is the Karaka for water, and Saturn is the as lord of the second house uh, is aspecting Jupiter because Jupiter is retro here. Saturn, as again Sir has told us, is the Karaka for oil. When we see from the moon Lagna, then Vadake's sun is conjunct with the second lord Mars, while Rahu as aspects both sun and the moon. Now, the event that took place was that the native took a bottle mistakenly that used to have, or that had, in fact, at that moment, some amount of paint oil, and she filled it up with water without realization while going to work. And after consuming that water, she fell sick at work and obviously had to return home in a state of emergency. This is a third example chart. Here we can see that for this Gemini Lagna, Jupiter is our Padakesh, is sitting in the Lagna, and because it is retro, it is also aspecting the sixth house of servants. Saturn is aspecting the Badak house, the moon, and the Badakesh. From Moon Lagna, Saturn as Badakam is also the lord of the sixth, and it is aspecting the moon and the Jupiter once again. The event that happened was that the native's mother twisted her foot while showing the maid to the terrace for work. So this is a very easy chart to understand. As we can see, this involvement of the sixth house is there of servants. Saturn, as we all know, has something to do with the leg, the feet, and because it's aspecting the moon uh, in the fourth house, so we know that moon represents mother. So it has something, the event has to do with mother. So all of this come together, and while the native's mom, while she was taking the maid to the terrace to show her some work, she ended up twisting her feet. Now, in this example, we can see that Badakesh Mercury is the fourth lord, is sitting with Mars and Venus and Sun. So basically, there is a stellium here in the 11th house. Now, Mars is the Karak of our vehicles, is the Karak of our property, and is in this particular case, it is the ninth lord, that is father. Venus is also the Karaka for vehicles and is the third lord in this case, while the Sun is the sixth lord. And the Badakesh Mercury is the fourth lord of property. From Moon Lagna, Badakesh Venus is forming a similar stellium, but this time in the seventh house. Here, Jupiter becomes the sixth lord and is aspecting these planets. Now, the event that took place was that this particular native, they had just uh, purchased a new property and were driving from their old property to that new property with his father. And that vehicle met with an accident. One entire side of the vehicle, the car, it got badly scratched, and it was exactly the side where the father of the native was sitting. Fortunately, while the car was damaged, both the uh, persons were unharmed. Okay, and this is the last chart in my presentation for today. So in this case, we can see that the ninth house is a Badak house, whose Lord Mars is in the sixth house, with the second Lord Mercury, Lagna Lord Sun, and 10th Lord Venus. As Sunil sir has taught us, the 10th house also shows us longevity. The eighth Lord Jupiter, and again, it's the eighth house, so the it has to something to do with longevity or the end of longevity. So the eighth Lord Jupiter is conjunct with the 12th Lord Moon, and it is being aspected by Rahu. And because Jupiter here is retro, it does not offer any protection whatsoever. From Moon Lagna, both the Moon and the Jupiter is being aspected by the eighth Lord Saturn. There is a further aspect of Rahu on Lagna, and in this case, Moon and Jupiter, they own Maraka houses, that is the second house and the seventh house. The event that took place was that this lady, this native, had been initially hospitalized for 20 days with a UTI. Initially, her condition was improving, but suddenly it started to deteriorate, and she later died of a heart attack while on ventilator. In fact, after the construction of this prashna, exactly 4 hours later is the time that she passed away. So, with this, I come to the end of my presentation. Thank you, everyone, for bearing with me. Thank you so much.
Again, an excellent presentation by Somnath ji. Very subtly presented, very nicely presented. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next, you're welcome. Next, we have Lakshadweep. Are you there? Okay, we'll wait. I think not joined yet. Can you raise your hand because I can't see you on screen?
Ma'am, just a second. Am I
Yeah,
not audible?
you are.
Okay. Should I share the screen?
We are sharing the screen for you.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Uh,
You just keep on saying when to change the slide.
okay. Sure, ma'am.
Yeah. So start.
All?
Yeah, this is started, no? This is your presentation.
I was wondering whether my voice is clear or not.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, it is clear. It is
Good
clear.
evening,
Yeah.
everyone. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. And first of all, thank you, Sunil sir and team for this opportunity. Today here we are discussing some of the examples that practically explain the methodology for timing out the activation of Badha as taught by Sunil sir. Next slide, please. Uh, Now, first of all, there are a few points that we need to consider while using this technique. First of all, identifying the Badha houses, not only from ascendant, but also from moon and Arudha Lagna. Second step will be marking of Badhakesh, Badhakam, and Co-Badhak from each of them. And then comes the very important step of clubbing the yoga present in the natal chart along with dasha and transits. Why this is important? Because only malefic influences in transit will not eventually lead to an event until it is supported by the yoga inherent in the chart and dasha running in the natal chart. Say, for example, for dual lagna natives, seventh house is the Badhaka house and of partnership as well. But in transit, whenever it is afflicted, it's not that every such person gets separated from his or her partner. We have to check the promise of the natal chart. If a native has a promise of overall good married life, then this transit may at the most result in a small fight. But in case of a severely afflicted chart, it could get serious. And then the running dasha will decide the final outcome. So it's a really very important step. And next step, we look upon which houses are most active at the given point of time. This we can check through BCP, maturity age of planets, etc. And finally, so considering all these parameters, we can check the houses for affliction in the transit, resulting in triggering of an event. Next slide, please. So this is the first case study of a native having Virgo ascendant. Being the dual sign, Badak house is the seventh house of Pisces, which is aspected by Saturn. Badakesh will be Jupiter, that is Saturn's conjunct Jupiter is conjunct with Sun and Mercury and aspected by Ketu. So these will be co-Badak along with Saturn that is aspecting the Badak house. Similarly, we will calculate these from Moon and Arudha Lagna. Since Moon is in Cancer, which is also the Arudha Lagna, the Badak house will be 11th from it, that is Taurus. So Venus will be the Badakesh here, and since Mars is sitting in Taurus, so it will be the Badakam, and Moon will be the co-Badak because it is aspecting Badakesh Venus. Now, coming to identification of active houses, the native was running 51st year of age. So, as per BCP, the active house is the third house. Coming to Dasha running, it was Mahadasha of Sun, which is the 12th lord sitting in 6th house. And Antardasha was of Mars, which is a dire malefic for Virgo ascendants, being the lord of 3rd house and 8th house. Now, if we look at the transit, the seventh house, which is Badhak as well as Marak, is on Rahu Ketu axis. This is also getting aspect of retrograde Saturn, aspect from the previous house. It is further aspected by Badhakesh Venus, which is Badhakesh from Moon, and also by Sun, Moon, and Mercury, which are co-Badhak. So there is a huge accumulation of planets in 1/7 axis, resulting in serious affliction. Further, Badhakesh Jupiter is transiting over natal Mars, both of them aspecting the third house. Saturn is transiting over natal Badhakesh Jupiter and over Mercury and Dasha Lord Sun, which is the owner of 12th house. Now, if we check all these parameters, what we get is a severely afflicted 1/7 axis and 6/12 axis, along with third house under affliction. Please note that all the Kendras are heavily afflicted. The house activated, as we have seen, is the third house, which being eighth from eighth house is also represents longevity. So as a result, this native died on this fateful day. Coming to the next case study, this is a native or having an Aquarius ascendant. So Badhak house is ninth house, Libra. Badhakesh will be Venus, who is also sitting there along with Mercury acting as Badhaka. This Badhak house is aspected by Saturn, Mars, and Ketu, so they are co-Badhak. Now, since Moon is in Taurus, which is the sixth lord exalted, Badhak house will be Capricorn, and so Saturn becomes the Badhakesh here, and Mars, Jupiter, and Rahu Ketu are co-Badhak because of aspects. Now, from Aruda Lagna, the Badhakesh will be in Cancer because Aruda Lagna is in Scorpio, so the Badhak house will be Cancer, making Moon the Badhakesh, which we have seen earlier that it is the exalted sixth lord, and here it is also a co-Badhak. The native was running 36th year of age, activating the 12th house. Please remember that this is also the maturity age of Saturn, who is sitting in the Marak 7th house and influencing Badhak and Badhakesh in different manners. Coming to the Dasha running, it was Mahadasha of Jupiter, owner of Marak's second house, sitting in again Marak's 7th house, along with Saturn on Rahu Ketu axis. Sounds bad itself. Further, Antardasha was of Moon, again the sixth lord. Now, looking at the transits, Badhak house is aspected by Ketu, and 12th house Lagna is on
We can't hear you, Lakshan.
Rahu.
We can't hear you. Lakshaji, we can't hear you. I think there is some glitch. Can you connect again, or can you just check your speaker? I think she can't hear us either.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, no, not again.
Not again? Still
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
not
now, fine. Okay.
now I'm audible?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Till which point we were talking about transits. Should I repeat
Transit.
from there?
From
Okay.
transit. From transit.
From transits, I'll repeat. So, Badhak house is respected by Ketu, and 12th house, which is a Badhaka house from Moon, is respected by Saturn. Badhakesh Venus is transiting in 8th house with Marakesh Jupiter. And Badhakesh Moon, which is Badhakesh from Aruda Lagna, is on Rahu Ketu axis, again aspected by Mars. So overall, we see that all the trick houses were active, especially the 612 axis, along with the afflicted Badhak houses. Talking about yoga of the natal chart, please have a look at the debilitated Mars in sixth house, which itself is an indicative of injuries. So on this particular fateful day, this native fell from a under construction from the lift of an under construction building and had serious injuries to be hospitalized, barely survived. Then is the next case study. Uh, this is again a Virgo native, so Badhak house is Pisces, Jupiter being the Badakesh and Mars as the co-Badak, as it aspects the Badakesh Jupiter. Since Moon is in Capricorn, it is with Saturn, and the Badak house will be Scorpio. So both Mars and Ketu will be the Badakesh. Arudha Lagna is in Taurus, so Badak house will be Capricorn, and Saturn in case here becomes the Badakesh, and Moon will be the Badakam because it is sitting there. Coming to activated house, the native was running ninth year of age, so ninth house was active. Dasha running was of Moon, which is afflicted by Saturn and is aspected by ninth house Lord Venus, which is also the Lord of 11th house, and which is further aspected by Mars from 8th house. The Antardasha was of Mercury, which is sitting with ninth house Lord Venus and is aspected by both Mars and Saturn. Looking at the transit, we see Badakesh Jupiter is in ninth house with Saturn and aspected by Mars. Badak house Pisces is afflicted by 12th Lord Sun and ninth house Lord is also sitting there. Remember, this is a Maraka house as well. Scorpio, which is the third house, in direct on 17 axis with the ninth house, which is Badak from Moon, is under severe affliction of Mars and Saturn. So overall, we see a highly afflicted and active ninth house.
We lost your voice again, Lakshya. Can you retry the connection? Lakshya ji, we again lost your voice. Rajat, maybe stop sharing. Okay, I think she's facing some internet issue. So let us wait for her till she reconnects. Till then, we will go to the next speaker. And the last speaker of the day, Sita ji. Hi, Sita ji, are you around?
Hello, namaste everyone. Namaste, Pujan.
Hi.
Lakshya is back.
Oh, Lakshya is back. Lakshya, are you vocal
Hello.
now? Yeah. Now you're fine.
Okay. Namaste, Punanji. Sorry.
No worries.
Everyone.
Lakshya, are you connected? Let us start with Sita ji. Sita ji, you start sharing. And we'll just wait till Lakshya ji is properly connected to us again.
Am I connected? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. But
Okay,
the bandwidth is low. I think you should shut your camera. Maybe then it will work.
Okay. I'll shut my camera.
Yeah. Okay.
So we
On the fourth case study.
yes, we were on the last. We were sorry. The last point of the previous slide was that please note that the Badakesh Jupiter was sitting in the 12th house of natal chart, which is the house of addiction. So the father died because of excessive alcohol intake. So this is the case of study fourth. This is a chart of an Aquarius ascendant. So Badak house is ninth house, Libra. That makes Venus the Badakesh and Saturn is co-Badak since it aspects the same. Now Moon is in Scorpio, so the Badak Lagna is Cancer. Moon becomes the Badakesh, and because of aspects, Sun, Mercury, Saturn, and Rahu Ketu are co-Badak. Similarly, since Aradha Lagna is in Sagittarius, so Badak house is Gemini. Please note that this Gemini is the 8th house from Moon. Mercury is Badakesh, and since Mars is sitting there, so it becomes the Badakam. Saturn and Sun are co-Badak because they are conjoined Mercury. Talking to the activated houses, the native was running 29th year of age. So as per BCP, the house active is 5th house. Again, Gemini, which was the 8th house from Moon, and Badhak house from Arudha Lagna. Now, Dasha was of Venus, which is Badhakesh itself, aspecting the 7th house. And Antardasha was of Saturn, which is sitting in 12th house with 7th Lord, Sun. Now, if we have a look at the transits, Ketu is transiting over Badhak house and is aspected by Saturn from 12th house. Also, this Badhak house is 12th from the natal moon. Badhakesh Venus is under aspect of Rahu and Mars, and natal Venus is being aspected by Ketu, which is also afflicting the moon. We see that this moon is the lord of 6th house of disputes. Now, taking from Moon, Badhak house Cancer is aspected by Saturn and retrograde Mars. And Badhak house from Arudha Lagna, which is Gemini, is afflicted by Ketu, the Karaka of break, and also by Badhakesh Venus. We must not forget again that this Gemini is 8th house from Moon, and 8th house is responsible for the sustenance of marriage. So all these afflictions to 7th house Lord, and Venus in natal chart as well clearly indicated the divorce for native. Next slide, please. And this is the last case study. This is a chart of Leo native having moon ascendant. So Badhak house from both ascendant and moon will be the 9th house Aries. Badhakesh is Mars, and since
I think we lost you again, Lakshya ji. Rajat, stop sharing. I think she got disconnected again. Rajat, are you there? Yeah, Sita ji. I think we'll start. So we
Okay.
welcome Sita ji. She is the last presenter of the day. All yours.
Thank you very much. First of all, I cannot see you all. It's a little bit difficult to present. Can you see the screen?
It's loading.
Okay. Now?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, to thank Guruji Sunil sir for all the teachings and all the opportunity that he gives us, and also to the Saptarishis team and to all the people that are going to hear now. Thanks for your patience. Yeah, I'm going to develop a little bit of explain about also the Badhak transit, the transits of malefics, or the Badhakesh on the Badhastana or on the Badhakesh itself. Yeah, so the technique it was already explained also by my classmates, but now I will develop a little bit shorter. That we have first to see the Badhastana, Badis, and from the main Lagna, and then the Badhakesh. Then also we see from Chandra Lagna the same, and then from Aruna Lagna. And when there are two or more malefics, we know the malefics afflicting both Badhakesh and Badhastana simultaneously is going to be very challenging or troublesome for the native. And then also the transits of Badhakesh itself on Badhakesh or on Badhastana are also important. Yeah. And we can check also the dasha and the VCP house activated on that at that point of time. Is it running? I think it's not advancing. Can you see the chart?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so the first case is of a very known basketball player of the NBA, Michael Jordan. First of all, the main Badha cage in Badha 9 house. No? No, 7 house, sorry. He's Gemini line. So the 7th house. And then Badha cage is Guru or Jupiter. We see that Shukra, Venus is sitting there as Badaka. Yeah. Then we see the Shani is transiting over the 9th house. And it's a Shani retrograde. Transiting on Batakesh. See? And on Surya, that is also the Karaka father. No? Also, we see the transit of Mangal and Mandi together, yeah, and the 4th aspect of Rahu, yeah. And I also added the degrees that are very close to each other, as you can see the screen, very close degrees, and that makes it even stronger, no? We have Shani, we have Natal Surya, we have Mangala, we have Neptune and Uranus, and even Natal Gurus close to each other. Then we see that Transit Ketu and Venus are on the 12th house. That is also losses, no? And Transit Ketu aspects the 8th house, that is death, and it's also 12 from 9th house. So, yeah. And then we are going to see the Chandra Lagna. And from Chandra Lagna, that is in the 6th house, 2nd house or 9th house will be the Badak house. And Badakesh is moon itself sitting in Lagna. No? And we see, we do the crisscross method, no? That Guruji told us. And so it is in the 6th house of Akala Mrityu, death before the time, or in permanent, with a permanent mark. And transit Rahu is over moon, and transit Mangala aspects it. So then, from Aruda Lagna, the Badak is the 11th house, Mesha, no? And Batakesh is Mangala or Mars, yeah? And Batakesh is transiting with Mandi again, no? And is aspecting again Surya and Guru. We see that this all the aspects, all the transits take to the same, to the house of the father, no? Transit Surya and Gulika over natal Mangala, we can see Rahu and Gulika, yeah? Transit Shani aspects Mesha, see? Then, what happened is that Jordan's father was murdered by 2 teenagers, and who carjacked his car, and the body was dumped in a swamp. Was discovered approximately 10 days later. Yeah, this event shocked him very deeply, and he stopped playing for a while. No, and it's interesting also the speculations about the addiction to gambling of Jordan related to the father's death, because the 5th house is the house of addictions too, no? And we see Shukra related here, Ketu with Shukra in transit on the 12th house, you know? Aspecting moon is something to think about. Yeah. Then the second chart, I will see later if there is still time. Yeah. We go to Christina Aguilera, one very well-known singer, actress, etc. From the main Lagna, we see that Badha Stana is a 9 because it's Aquarius, and Batakesh is Shukra. Transit Neptune is over Lagna. We can see this. And aspect in the 7th house. And luego transit Mangala and transit Batakesh Shukra retrograde, we can see, are over the 9th house. That is legality of marriage. And aspect natal Chandra, that is in the 1st house. In the 4th house also with Mars of domestic happiness. In natal 10th house, Patake Shukra, and Buddha or Mercury are in Papa Katari. We see that here are two malefics, Gemini in the 10th house, no? There is also happiness of marriage. And Buddha, I said, and they are aspected by transit Shani. The transit Shani is Lagna Lord. We have to think also that, and the 12th Lord of Losses, no? And transit Chandra also is there. That is the 6th Lord of Divorce. And from Chandra Lagna and Garuda Lagna that are the same for her, Shani and Rahu are the Badakesh. And the Lagna is the Badak house. See? So we have transit Shani, Surya, and Buddha, or Mercury are over the natal Shani and Guru that are posited on the 8th house. And aspect Shukra. Debilitated because it's in Gemini, debilitated transit Rahu. Transit Gulika, Gemini is with Rahu with Gulika and Mandi in transit. Are over the 9th or 11th house. And natal Surya and Mangala, aspecting natal Chandra also. And if we see this aspect of Rahu and Mangala, aspecting natal Chandra in the 7th house of marriage. Transit Shani, I'm mentioning the degrees also because they are close to each other. Shani with transit Rahu are very close to Shani in the natal, in Guru. And natal Surya is also very close with transit Neptune and with transit Uranus and transit Gulika. So it's so close, no? So what happened in her case? I can scroll. She announced the separation and filing for divorce from her first husband, no? After 5 years of marriage, when her child was 2 years and a half. So that was very big event for her because she grew up in a violent environment since childhood, so she didn't want to repeat the same. And she commented that the husband was becoming aggressive and it was resembling the childhood trauma that she passed through, and she didn't want that for her child. So we can see here in this case divorce. In the next case, what I didn't mention is to see very, very well the dashas, no? We are talking about Mangala, Mahadasha, Shukra, Antardasha, and Guru, Prata, Antardasha. All of them are related, no? As Bhadakesh, no? Bhadakesh, Shukra. Bueno, I have mentioned, and I will continue because also I mentioned the VCP house for each case. Continue to the next case or example that is a normal native, not a celebrity. And we can see that he is Karka Lagna or Cancer, and the Bhadakesh would be Shukra. The Badakstana would be 11th house. Transit Shukra, retrograde, and transit Pluto are here on the 6th house, see, of Akal and Nitya. And el natal Badakesh Shukra. So over it, that is the 4th Lord of Mother, see, and also over Surya. And they are aspected by transit Ketu, see, and transit Shani too, because of the retrograde. From Chandra Lagna, let's go to Chandra Lagna. The Badak would be the ninth house or the ninth house. See, for Chandra is 7. And Ketu is Badakam there. Here Badakesh will be Guru, and is here retrograde in the 12th house. So transit Ketu is over the natal third house, over this natal, where is Chandra, that is also the Karaka mother, and over Rahu. And transit Shani retrograde and transit Rahu aspected. Yeah, we can see. From Aruda Lagna, Lagna is Batak. Yeah. Aruda Lagna is Scorpio, no? So Lagna is Badak. Mangala retrograde with Mandi at Vatican. Here I feel placed. Yeah. Just a second. Sorry, too much noise. Yeah. Mangala retrograde with Mandir Vadakan, Vadakesh is Chandra from Arula Lagna, with the same aspects, all the aspects I mentioned before. And then transit Chandra is with transit Guru, transiting on the 12th house of losses, see, from mother, yeah, 12 from mother, yeah, or on the 4th house of mother, as we can see, no? And they are aspected also by Mangala and transit, yeah. So the Badha house has transit Shani, also aspecting or over it, yeah. And is aspected by transit Mangal, and transit Rahu, and transit Neptune, and transit Surya. So all the planets contribute to this event in such a way that this is only possible to understand when one sees it, no? All are confabulating, if we can see. So here there is a Parivartana yoga between transit Guru, transit Guru, and between transit Shukra, because transit Guru is in Libra and transit Shukra is in Sagittarius. So, yeah, we go on with the transit degrees. We can see the Mangala, Shukra, Neptune, and are very close to each other. Also, Guru, Chandra are very close to each other. No, and Natal Shukra is at 13 degrees 50, whereas transit Chandra is at 16, all, especially the impact on Chandra in the 4th house of mother. So the mother passed away of cancer that day after he visited her at hospital. And in the middle of the road back home, there were dark birds. And he told me that, Shani, no? They were not crows, but they were dark birds. And they were flying around. So he stopped the car and got the confirmation that she had passed away. That was a Nimita. And Shani is on Lagna, no? And retrograde, and Shani on transit. And Shani is also on the Badha Sthana from Aruda Lagna. So from all the points, we could see that this event was happening. And the dashas also were from Guru, Mahadasha, and Tardasha. The Guru was Batakesh also, no? And the house activated is the 5th, that is the Aruda Lagna. So all the points takes us to the same. Do I have time for presenting one more, or can you tell me? Punanji?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, and this one is of Vincent van Gogh, that is was a famous painter, artist. And we can see here that he is Gemini Lagna, and his Badha Sthana is Sagittarius, the 7th house. And Batakesh Guru is sitting there with Batakam Ketu. Yeah. And transit Ketu with transit moon or on 7th house, plus the aspect of transit Rahu on Guru, no? on the Batak Sthana. So it's very heavy impact here. And then also mention the degrees that are very close to each other between the Ketu and Rahu that are in transit and the natal ones. And transit Guru retrograde is over the 8th house of death and hidden, and is aspecting the 12th of death and hospitals. And also the Lagna in the 2nd house, where is Mandi, in mutual aspect, no? With the Lagna Lord in transit and Surya. Mercury Lagna Lord aspected by Patakesh Guru in transit, retrograde. Yeah. And the 2nd house is also in Papa Kartari in transit, because it's Rahu here and Shani here. So they are having it. Yeah, and I also mentioned the degrees very close between Lagna and transit Mangala, so there is an impact also here on Lagna. Not only by not only by aspect, but also by the degrees. And transit Shani is also near. And transit Mangala and transit Shani aspect the 12th house. Yeah, both aspect the 9th house also. And Aruda Lagna. Transit Ketu aspects the 10th house of karma and longevity, as well as transit Guru from the 4th aspect in retrograde, because all the planets have also 4 aspect. Yeah. And then from Chandra Lagna, Chandra is in the Lagna from this point of view, and the Bhadakesh is the 2nd house too. Better said, Chandra is Bhadakesh and the Bhadaksthana is the 2nd house. And debilitated Chandra is also no. Transit Mangala is over it, see, over Chandra. And from Aruda Lagna, let's see, Aruda Lagna, Bhadakesh is exalted, Shukra is exalted. Yeah. And here we can see that it's in the 10th house. It's transiting with Shani on the 7th from Aruda Lagna. Yeah. Aspected by transit Ketu and transit Guru retrograde. And natal Shukra is with Mangala and Surya, we can see here. Now in the Vadakstana from Aruda Lagna. Yeah. Aspected by, so it would be Vadaka, no? And aspected by transit Ketu and Guru retrograde again from the 8th house of death. And the 5th house is Vadak, transited by Gulika, Mandi, and Uranus. So it's very heavy impact of malefics and Badakesh planets. And on July 27th, he presumably shot himself in the chest. He was in a mental hospital, interned, because he was suffering depression and some mental disturbance. And he passed away on the date that we are seeing the transits. This is the day of his passing. And the house that was activated by VCP was the 2nd, that is precisely about the Sthana from Chandra, no? And the dashas is Chandra, that is Badak, no? Mahadasha, Rahu, Antardasha, and Guru, Pratyantardasha, no? We see that Guru is Vatakesh too, so all is confirmed in his case too. And well, this is what I had to present today. Thanks for your patience. I stop sharing.
Yes, yes. Excellent presentation, Sitaji, as always. Thank you for being so
Thank
specific.
you.
Very good, very good.
Thank you.
I want to thank
Just for your patience.
everyone. I
Mhm.
want to thank each and everyone present over here for keeping so much patience, and special thanks to the presenters who have given their amazing, insights. So see you all soon. This was a webinar. And if you want to know, this is a technique which is very beautiful, which sir has shared in his webinar of Padak. If you want to purchase this, you can go to the website and buy the link.
No.
Okay.
This uh, is for the paid students of this
Yeah, no,
lecture.
if they want to purchase.
हाँ, ठीक है. In the sense, this is for people who have already purchased the Badha webinar.
So because we were live on YouTube, I thought some new must have entered.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so I was just
All right.
promoting.
No problem. I understand now what you're saying. Okay, no problem. I'm so sorry.
No.
Okay. Okay, guys, we have 9 o'clock. If you have finished,
Yes, sir.
first and foremost, I just want a quick feedback, okay, of the presentations done by Somnath, Sitaji, everybody basically. Okay, have you all understood the technique? Yes or no? सबको presentation समझ में आया? Has everybody understood? Can we have them on unmute?
Yeah, that's what.
1 second, I'll do that. As Vikas, Samir, Gautami, Simi ji, everybody has understood.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
why
sir.
am I
Yes, sir.
telling you all, see, the
Yes.
importance of doing homework?
Very well explained, sir.
Yeah, so they have submitted this as homework, and when they teach it, they get more please keep yourselves on mute. They get more confidence. Understood, everybody? Am I right or wrong? When you
Yes.
teach something, you get more confidence. Then you'll apply it again and again and again and again. Are you getting it? I'll give you a quick example. I do not know if Rajat Sonakia is here. I've repeated what he had said earlier. Okay. 1 year back, Lomash Paddhati I taught. A very brief. I gave the idea. But students did not take it seriously in the beginner's course. Now again I taught in the beginner's course and also for apprenticeship with individual examples, a Mars 7 horoscope V2. Then I made him do the homework. And he realized, sir, normally I would take a technique that you teach, test it on 4, 5 charts, and that's it because office work, etc. But when you forced me to prepare PPT, I realized the mistake I was doing. And I realized how I can perfect it. Are you understanding? Then the next step is using it in your daily prediction. Within 2 days, you should test it by predicting to people. Call your friends, relatives, and predict. That's the only way. Are you all understanding the process? If you skip the process in between, most of you are above cameras on, everybody. Why so many people's cameras are off? Okay. So if you skip the process, how are we allowing people without cameras on? If you skip the process in between, I don't have time. In school days, what was the problem? Teacher will beat, or teacher will make you stand outside, or teacher will give a remark. Now you don't have that because you're elders. And that is the problem. Ability to listen to teacher or anybody in life is the greatest ability to take instructions. And that's what universe keep on giving us through omens and nimittas. So this process of testing is a must when you learn something. Are you understanding, everybody? I'll just quickly share something. Can anybody tell me what is the issue? It has happened just now, 15 minutes back. Quickly, come on.
Court case or something related to property. Other.
Anything else?
Father is sick. Somebody's father is sick.
Disease.
Professional front?
Anything
Some
else?
accident.
Disease? Accident?
Yes.
Accident.
Disease,
Hospitalization.
hospitalization. Are you getting it, everybody? What is the Badha house? Ninth house.
Ninth
Correct,
house.
everybody? Okay, done. And it is with Lagna Lord. Mars is exalted with Lagna Lord. Done, everybody?
Yes, sir.
It's a brain infection. Haven't I told you all in my Prashna classes? Ketu means infection. Ketu is in Lagna. Ketu means bacteria. Unable to detect. Hospitalized. This is a very famous astrologer. Okay, also associated with us in the past. Okay, so he just messaged me. Since 1 month he's been hospitalized, etc. Since 1 year there is this problem, etc. Are you getting it, everybody? We will not.
Yes, sir.
If you have to speak, you have to raise your hand option. All right. Quickly, 9 o'clock. Okay, can somebody office, can you share the link for 9 o'clock? We have a session, okay, on Lord Shiva remedies, and especially more than the remedies for Shivratri. I'm interested. You all will realize which are in South. What is the thing? Okay. Uh, different. Say, have you all heard of Linga Puran? You all would have heard of Linga Puran, correct? Everybody? Yes? Periya Puranam, have you all heard of it? In Tamil Nadu, this is highly regarded. Periya Puranam. So we have Satyanarayan ji, and tomorrow also it will go on. 2 more scholars will come. Okay. So this is the link. I'm sharing it at 9 o'clock. It will be there. Please join. As you all know, we have 1 second. We have, this is the link. We have on Shivratri organized a very huge puja, 11 Brahmins, Maharudra Abhishek, 11 times, then eventually it becomes 11 times at Mahakal Mandir Ujjain, right inside the mandir. Okay, we are doing it 15th evening. Okay, that is the Shivratri, we are doing it. So we're very, very proud of this event, to be able to do it right there. So I myself am going, I'll be there any which ways. So still you all can sit at home. There is many remedies that you all can do. Okay. So whatever, you can Google all this thing. And if you want to hear some remedies and stories, okay. Importance of bhasma, okay. 2 types of bhasma. Are you all aware there are 2 types of bhasma?
Excuse me, sir. I'm so very sorry for interrupting. A friend has fallen sick. I have to take to the hospital. Can I leave, sir?
Sure, no problem,
Yeah,
Somnath.
thank you, sir.
Sorry to hear. So join us at 9 o'clock. Okay, I have half an hour finish your dinners and everything. Okay. Keep on using Badha. Daily 6-7 prashnas you have to cast. 6-7 prashnas. Minimum. All right, everybody. Something happens, you cast a prashna. You hear a news, you cast a prashna. You have a phone call, you cast a prashna. Okay. Who was that lady yesterday? There was one lady who was telling about her experience by watching that Badha video only on YouTube. Our video only she saw. Simi, you were there, na? One lady, young girl, kya naam tha uska? What was her name?
Sir, I don't remember.
young
And
girl, she was telling, her husband came, she cast the prashna, and
same things happening. जो बात
exactly,
बोला exactly same. हाँ sir.
whatever he was speaking and everybody was speaking, that's my system. How you learn prashna is through this. Are you getting it, everybody?
Sir,
Okay.
I can ask you something.
Yes, go ahead.
सर हमने इस बार बाधा वेबिनार मिस करा, हमें लगा हमारा लेवल बहुत नीचे का है, अभी इतना ऊपर नहीं आया है। सर अब नेक्स्ट कब करेंगे, हमें ज्वाइन करना है।
I am tired. I need a vacation. You'll buy the recordings. No, that's the best way. Okay. Still the Badha webinar is going on. And another 4 or 5 lectures. Office is just putting pressure on me to stop it. Okay. Because we've covered the portion. We've given already extra. But I feel at one place it needs to be documented. Still, even after 4 or 5 lectures, it will not be over. That technique, I have done so much of work on Badha. It is impossible to document it at one place. And now, especially, of course, the main Badha technique of Jatak Parijatam. Okay, I lost that folder, but still I created a new folder. But I had stunning examples with that particular chapter 19, I think so. Jatak Parijatam. Special rule given. But then it becomes a bit different level altogether. So that is South people, they believe that is the only way to use Badha. 1, 2 South astrologers I have seen. That is the only way to use Badha. But see, every different astrologer in every different city, they come up with their experience. So that is from Jatak Parijata, the classical work.
सर
Badha is very stark.
चैप्टर का नाम सर बता दे, जातक परिजात, हिंदी इंग्लिश में
Jatak,
डिफरेंस है सर।
I do not know. Just search for Badha Shloka.
Okay.
I have the PPT somewhere. It doesn't matter. Now we are live now on YouTube. But first, keep on practicing at least 300 questions, prashnas you need to have in your database properly. Like I have a folder. Okay, one second.
आता माझा
Keep
दिवस
yourself on silence. Why do you all allow yourself to be unmuted? So here where is it? Our folder is gone. Wait. See this Prashna folder. Okay. So I keep every kind of prashnas in different folders. And in last 2 years, so this had grown 5 times. I've lost that because of my hard disk gone. These are the kind of prashnas I have. Curses, curse of mother, cow, crow, career prashna. Then here, Badhakesh of D16, D1. This, so I will never land up teaching because this is another thing. Now, hardly any files will be here. Because this is 2 years back a database. Luckily, I had saved 2 years back Jagannath Vara. So what you all should do always learning from me. Okay. Curse of God, Guru, Akshara predictions. And this you all should always keep on saving this thing, uploading it on your G drive and all that. Prashna means most people teach Prashna without having database. Only from book. That is not how it is to be taught. While teaching, you know, to have thousands and thousands of prashnas saved systematically. And you will learn. When you learn a new prashna technique, okay, it will come. Like I keep on forgetting. Recently, I'm forgetting moon in the third house. I'm forgetting moon in the third house. Debilitated. You will lose luggage while traveling. That means what is the Prashna Lagna? Kanya Lagna, correct? Is Poonam ji here? Poonam?
Yes, sir.
How many times you have traveled and I have given prediction to you? Without asking for prediction, I have given you.
Yes, sir. So many times, I think 90% times, and whatever you've said कि इसका ध्यान रखना, ये होगा, वो होगा, it happens. It actually happens. So I can't even imagine. ना, this is the best thing. जो sir बताते ना, please guys, just use it. What he's saying, no, practice it. Make 10 charts every day. Make 10 prashna charts every day. Do it.
I have predicted what I vaguely remember because she keeps on traveling. Now I stopped giving her Prashna predictions, okay? What I vaguely remember, okay, once I said one bag will get lost, that happened. Then another
Sir,
time bag.
you also said red color bag. You mentioned the color also.
Advance, huh? Advance.
Yeah. मतलब color बोलना is like what क्या ही बोलूं.
I also predicted somebody will compliment you
On my dress. Oh yeah. You told
at
me.
the airport.
Yeah, at the airport. Yeah. You did,
Stranger.
you did say that.
Many, many things. One bag will,
One bag
so
will be misplaced or something will happen with that bag. So I was at the airport and सबका luggage आ गया and only that particular bag was stuck. We went to the airport security, we told him, we requested him, then he went to the luggage thing and then he said कि अच्छा हाँ ये गलती से गिर गया था. So the bag stuff also happened. मतलब this is incredible.
many, many things actually. Many,
Yeah,
many things.
yeah.
I don't even
Sir,
remember now.
so temples का तो lot of times it happened.
What temples?
Sir, you once said कि like कुछ तो पूजा में there won't be very swift, something will happen and then the puja will start. एक थोड़ा break लगेगा. And then once you said कि ध्यान रखना पूजा करने के time पे. So both time the incidents did happen. Did.
I also predicted she's going to go and shoot Instagram videos standing in front of a skyscraper. That is what she keeps on doing always. But she'll never promote, okay, Sunil John in her Instagram. She'll promote herself, taking the hair like this, then walking, okay, swirling and all that. Kya videos you all make, yeah? What all videos? Where is the Jyotish content in that, yeah? Influencer, okay? Okay, some trending music put.
Rahu Kal. I'm using Rahu.
Any which ways, chalo. See you all at 9 o'clock. Study hard, work hard, and most important, homework, practice. Prashna, you don't need anybody. The universe is your guru for Prashna. Yes, Purva. I'm not well actually. Go ahead. Go ahead, Purva. Abhi.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, we just got an email from the office saying that today's 9 p.m. Shivratri webinar is postponed to tomorrow.
Oh, no. Oh, shit. Okay. I had cancelled it because two of the speakers, then I forgot to tell them. Two of the speakers, okay, they are elderly people. So they are from Tamil Nadu. Okay. So then all of a sudden they remembered they'll fall asleep because they had to take medicine in sleep. So they said, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is impossible. I can't, I'll be asleep by then. I said, Baba, from morning I've been telling. Okay. But okay. One more person whom I wanted is a descendant of a rishi. Only descendant left. Ah. So, and he does not know English, he doesn't know Hindi, he knows only Tamil. I said, you come and say anything in Tamil. It's okay. We will translate it even if we can't translate. Of course, we have translators. Satyanarayan is there. He's doing it tonight. Okay. So even if, but anything descendant of a rishi, like, you should, yeah. So like every day evening, I used to do that. Now I stopped it. Evening time, 7 o'clock, Vishnu Sahasranam with K.N. Rao sir, live. So he plays the music from the video where his voice is there. That itself is a blessing. And then he's sitting at one corner. So, but every day is 7 o'clock sharp. So today also I missed it. I came by 7:05. 20 shlokas were already over. So, because Rishi's word hurts. Yes, Sitaji, quickly.
Pranam Guruji. I just received the link for this Shivaratri rituals and remedies
Yes.
just now. So it's taking place.
It is 9 o'clock
Yeah, it's
today.
taking place anyway.
Yeah,
Thank
in
you very
20
much.
minutes. 20 minutes. Okay, everybody, ciao. Take care. Today, no ultra beginners Hindi because we are doing this. Next 2-3 days, this all problems. 1 week till 18th, up and down in our normal schedules will happen. Cancellation, this, that, etc. It's a very big event for me. Doing Maharudra Abhishek at Mahakal. Chalo. I'll pray for every one of you. Don't worry. Okay? Chalo. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you. End the class.